We're in Siman Tzadik Zayin, and we're up to Zayin. Chayovim says for Chayovim Mekadesh as a Rabona b'chol Chodesh. That every month, while the Rabona renews itself, so you have to be Mekadesh it. Ve'ein Mekadeshen Isa el kishu v'adei layla sheniras zrichosa agabi akaka v'luroi lehenes me'oida. In other words, during the day you have daylight because the sun is very powerful, so it makes it daylight. At night you don't have the sun, so you have the Levana. The Levana doesn't have the same strength as the sun, but it does help a little bit. Like, so he's saying that you have to be, it has to be night, and if it's night, so there's certain things that you can see by the Levana.
But it doesn't happen sometimes. It's day, and you can see the Levana. It happens.
Yeah,
really.
but you can't use the light. It doesn't give you light. In the darkness.
Huh?
In the darkness, it's like a little light pushes away a lot of darkness.
You wouldn't see everything all together, but the guys are halacha together. Other than
It's a test.
yeah, they can understand, but that's not happening.
Im niskasa ba'ov, if it was cloudy and the Levana is covered, ein mekadeshen isa, el kein hu dak v'kolush. In other words, if it's a weak cloud and you can see the Levana through the cloud, so then it's okay. V'im hischel levarach v'akat niskasa ba'ov, if he started and after he started, so a cloud came and covered it, Gaimer as a bracha, he could be complete the bracha once he started it. Avalim hu mishaya, if he approximates, shalai yuchel ligmar as a bracha kaineshet iskasa. In other words, if he sees a cloud is coming, but the cloud didn't cover the Levana yet, and he figures that by the time he'll get to the bracha, the cloud will be here and will cover it. It's almost also hasli. You're not allowed to cover it. There's a famous story with the Rebbe that I think the Rebbe said it b'shem Meir Premishran, that when it was cloudy, so he shaked with a kerchief, a handkerchief, and he said it. I think the Rebbe said, I have really a little kasha about that. But the Rebbe said that he said that how were they mechadash Levana in the midbar? In the midbar they were the Anania covered. So he said that Moshe made with a towel like, and it became like an opening, and they were able to see the Levana. The problem that I have with that is that the Rabbeinu Bechaya says that during the time when the Yidden were in the midbar, they were mekadesh Levana not api Riyah, but api Cheshbon, because they couldn't see the Levana. So it's like a stira later, because it could be that was a special thing that Moshe did. But over here you have to find Aedis that just see it, and they couldn't see because it was covered. So it's not a stira. Ein l'kacho rak tachas hashamayim v'lei tachas gag. Because if you're under a roof, then you don't see the Levana. Ach, im ein loy mokem noki, on the street there's not a place over there that is fit to daven. Oy mach was eine sache, yochel lekacho gam betech abayis biyad achalein. That's a big chiddush. So over here in the Mezgas HaShulchan he says that this that says you could do it through a window, he said that's only if the window is a clear glass and a clean glass, that you could see through the window things that you would be able to recognized with the Ohr HaLevana. That's what he says of it.
The chaloin with the opening, the open window.
Huh?
The chaloin.
The Mizger, he says the Mizger is the
It's not a
Mizger.
window.
The Mizger is weißt du,
He says over here, listen to him.
A chaloin is gefenst.
Okay. He says this way. He says what you said, but he says, "B'tzarach liftayach hachalain, v'im eni yochel lepaschai, yochel lekatcha derech haschulches, ubevad shetehei zakah kol kach, ad sheyochel lehake derech hachalain, dvarim shemakirim u'er haLevana." Okay.
In Gate Piers Lebana, sometimes you're under a tree. Is that a
Well,
the same
you see it through the
situation?
branches. You see it through the
No,
branches.
you see it, but I'm saying the fact that you should not be under a tree is that better than the.
Some of the idea that it'll block your view. It blocks your view. Mitzvah min hamufcha l'katcha b'motzei Shabbos. Why? Kishehu mevusam u'melubash v'gadim noim. Mevusam really means like he has like different things on him, perfumes like psalmim, that he feels good, he smells good. Ach, in b'motzei Shabbos, yeh le'ach asara yamim min ha'moiled. If it'll be then 10 days after the moiled, oy sheyesh ezach shash shemel lo yuchel kacha, ein mamtinim l'motzei Shabbos. So then you don't wait. That's why taka in the winter time, sometime when it comes 7 days, we don't wait till Motzei Shabbos because in the winter, over here it's a lot of cloudies. Mitzvah l'kacha basifas mishum de b'rayvam hadas malach. In other words, what he's saying over here is that you shouldn't do it b'yachad. However, he says, Avo al yisake b'shvil zeh. If it's getting late already, and you want to have, you may miss it, so better do it alone and don't wait till you have the rabbin. Ki mitzvah zrizim magdimim dochi lemitzvah b'rayvom. The mitzvah of zrizim magdimim is more important than rayvom. This is a gewaltig chiddush, because the Rebbe has a letter. If you should make a bris, I think it must have been to a shliach or what, that he wanted to make a bris in the afternoon, because it was summertime. People come home from work, so he wanted his Baal Batam to be there. So he wrote the Rebbe a shayla: should you make the bris in the afternoon or make it in the morning? What's the shayla? The shayla is making the bris. The Welt sagt, you should make a bris early in the morning because Vayashkem Avram Babayka. So we learn the statement by a bris. Vayashkem Avram Babayka is by the Keda, but from Vayashkem Avram Babayka we learn what we call Zirizusa de Avram. So B'mela and we bought a bris is Brishnish Avram Avinu. So therefore we make a bris early in the morning, and the Rebbe holds that B'rayvam Hadas Malach is more important than the Zrizas. And over here he says just the opposite. Over here he says, Ki mitzvah Zrizim magdimim dochi l'mitzvah B'rayvam. It's just the opposite. Ein mekatchen oisa at sheyavru aleha l'chol ha'pachos shloisha yomim min ha'moiled. It has to be at least 3 days from the moiled l'levana, and in fact it says in the Siddur, the Baruch Siddur before Misha Osla Nisim, it says that Nochen to know the moiled. That's how we call out the moiled. Why is it Nochen to know the moiled? Because you should know till when you could be Mekadosh, when you could start being Mekadosh, until when you could be Mekadosh. V'yesh mamtinim at shiva yom. Wie is aber ukeshachol matzoi Shabbos kaidem shiva yomim ein rahamtem ela v'kacha b'matzoi Shabbos. That's why sometimes, even though Lubavitch is medayik that we wait for 7 days, but sometimes if Matzah Shabbos comes out much the 6th day, so we don't wait and we do Matzah Shabbos. Ve'ei mekatchen oisa al ad chatzi chavtes yud beis tavshin tzadik daled. In other words, the cycle of the Levana, this is this cheshbon. The Levana comes from a month to a month, and the exact amount of time is 29 days and 12 hours and Tavshin Tzadik Gimel. Shehu Yudaled Meisles, that's 14 full days, Meisles, and part of a day. V'yesh Choken Shoes V'chol Beis Minuten Min HaMoived. Okay, that's another shit. Now over here is a very interesting thing. Over here he says, over here he said that you should be Mechadash Levana by 15th day, and he said that the Zman of the Chodesh is 29 days. There's a shayla that I get the Pidyon Haben. When do you make a Pidyon Haben? So we always know that we need 30 days, and then the child is ready, a cheskes chai, he's yotza l'kan l'filim. So could you be bold that we say that a chodesh is 29 days, could you make a Pidyon Haben according to this cheshbon on the 29th day? So there are opinions in Shulchan Aruch. Want to give me a base? There are opinions in Shulchan Aruch that you could count 29 days and a half a day, and especially if the 30th day is going to come out on Shabbos, and on Shabbos you can't make a Pidyon Haben. So, this one actually, this is a problem for me. Yeah. The Alter Rebbe, however, says that you shouldn't make the cheshbon of 29 days, but you get the Pidyon Haben, but you should count dafka 30 days, and on the 31st day you should make the Pidyon Haben. Where is it? See if I find it. Over here in Simon Shin Lamed Tes, he says over here, V'chein ein peidanas haben, afilu b'kli sheshover heisroyim, mipnei shadayim l'maser u'matan, v'ein loy ritan hamois l'kayim be'erev Shabbos, u'v'she'oz v'yuchel l'vorach Shekim Shadayim Echol Olav HaMitzvah, Eich Yom V'tzivonu B'Shabbos, Suzmana, Gam Kein Loi, Gam Kein Lichel Vorach, Kiven She'oz Eina Oisa Klum, V'lechen Yamtim, Ad Yom Olav B'Shabbos, V'afilu, now here listen this, V'afilu, Im Kol Loi Chavtes Yud Beis Tavshin Tzadik Gimel B'Yom Vav, Shehu Chodesh, that is a Chodesh, Loi Yivdeyu B'Yom Vav, L'fi Shechodesh Shebetoyro U'Shreishu Yom Shreim, V'Lochem Tzoro She'agia L'Yom Lamed Aleph B'Shas HaPidyon. This is out the Rebbe Shit. Not everyone agrees with this. In Halacha, there's opinions that say that at the 29 days, like he says over here, you can make the Pidyon Aben. And he said no, because in the Torah, as the state Chodesh, you ben Chodesh U'Mayla, it has to be a Chodesh of 30 complete days.
Which simon is this?
Huh? Here it is, right over here. In the Nuch Shulchan, I would never find it. Here I have already, what they call Tzuras Hadaf already, you know. Okay.
So the end of the Chodesh is the end of the Chodesh. So
Huh?
the end of the Chodesh.
No, you have to have a complete month. A complete month.
30 days.
3 days.
A complete month means you count from the day that the child is born, regardless what hour in the day it is. That's one day. Then you count 30 days, and on the 31st day, you make the Pidyon Aben.
After the first day.
Yeah, on the 31st day we make it. Usually it's 2 days after the day when the child was born.
It's 2 days.
Right?
It's 2 days after.
If the child was born on a Wednesday, on a Monday, so 4 weeks later on a Wednesday will be day 31. Okay, let's see. Shall we set? We have 2 interesting things over here, different than it's about the Zizim and about Rabbim. Okay. Now he says as follows: Ein lekacha kaidem Tisha B'Av. If we say that you have to wait 7 days or 3 days, so Tisha B'Av is already the 9th day. So could you make it before that? So he says, Ein lekacha kaidem Tisha B'Av, v'chein kishehu oval, elim kein lo yashrim avelosai ad sheyiyah asora mesras min ha-moiled. Or zikacha b'mei avera, because it's going to be like a mitzvah veres, that if he's not going to do it, he's not going to be able to do it altogether. Ve'ein l'kacha kishehu b'tainus ad sheyitem mikaydem. This is a very important thing. When it comes to Mashal Yom Kippur, so our minhag is that we're mekadesh mitzvah Yom Kippur. So other people are medayik that they wash nagavasa and they eat something. Not, I can't say everybody is medayik that, because a lot of people, they're in a rush to get home and they may not get a minyan later and they'll forget about it. So that, but he's saying over here that in a day of atonas, you shouldn't. You're not in a good mood almost. Ein kasha kishu b'tainis ad sheyitem mikaydem. U'mikom matzah Yom Kippurim kiven she'oz yotzim b'beis hakneses b'simcha al mechilas avonos is mekatcher noisem miyad. But at least I think in the Babish, the Master said you should wash negavasa before the Kiddush Levana. Not talking about eating.
Sort of a tables, you would imitated.
Huh?
Sort of a tables, if you didn't do it,
No, Sarva Tevis, there's no Tanis on Shabbos. If there's Sarva Tevis is Friday, so you fast on Friday.
It doesn't come out Shabbos.
Right.
Friday, yeah.
Ein l'kacha loy b'leil Shabbos b'lo b'leil Yontif ela b'shas adchak כשבמצוי Shabbos yavar azman. So that we had already. I think there was one that on Sukkot that I remember. It was some meister that we were Chadash Levana the first night of Sukkot, because it was already the last month, and and it was cloudy damos. And summa mutar kacha. A summa is allowed to be mekadesh. Says agam, we have a call that there's a question if a summa is mechayiv and mitzvahs or not, but the summa benefits that there's people that will be able to lead him or to walk him. So he even though he doesn't see it himself, but he still benefits from the Oren HaLavona. Okay, stop over here.
Sure.